Okay, shalom, shalom, shalom. Kwam Yasha Allah, Koholoimla, Yahweh, H.I.M, Yahweh, H.I.M, Rakakudash. Double honors to our apostles and elders, a great millstone who rule well, and by the Spirit taught us his beautiful truth. Just want to say the water to all the H.I.M and Akwaf that's out here sincerely keeping the laws, the statutes, and commandments of Yahweh, H.I.M, Yahweh to the best of their ability. This is Hanan Nawaf, just coming at you with another quick lesson, praying that it's edifying. And wanted to touch on this article in the Guardian, and it's entitled Antisemitism in Europe Leading Some to Hide Jewish Identity, says leading rabbi. So I still don't get, I don't get it. If you are supposedly the holy people, you have the holy land, why are you in all these other places where you can be treated, in a bad way? I don't get it. Like, why not just go to your land, which, that was supposedly promised to you, the land flowing with milk and honey? Why aren't you there? You should be. Why would you not want to be in the Holy Land? Why are you in all these other places where people can just treat you like what you're saying? They're treating you like. You have the land. You prophecy wise, supposedly from what your guys are saying, you got the land. So you should be back there. I don't get it. Anyway, another thing that struck me with this article is them having to hide their identity. How are they going to hide their identity, right? Now let's get some of this. Check this out. A leading rabbi has warned that threats and harassment are leading some Europeans to hide their Jewish identities. Okay, so you're Europeans and you're Jewish? Like, what's going on there? The word Jew goes off into Judah, which would be, one of the tribes of Israel, which would be the same tribe that Yahushua is from, which the world ignorantly calls Jesus, that y'all don't believe in. It's just all over the place, man. Okay, but it says, cautioning that the rise in anti-Semitism could destabilize European societies. Just backwards, man. They should be, you the holy people, you should be in the Holy Land that was prophesied to be given to you. Jewish communities across Europe have been grappling with an increase in hate speech, vandalism, harassment, and threats since Hamas 7th October attack on Israel and ensuring war in Gaza. This is what I'm saying. Like, why aren't you in your land where you're clearly protected? America's giving you all kinds of money and all kinds of ammunition to protect yourself. You're holding yourself down over there. Why aren't your people there? That just doesn't make any sense, man. It says, and I get it. You can go, well, we can stay anywhere that we want. But the Holy Land is the Holy Land. Why would you want to be anywhere else? Why? I go back to the Holy Land. I'm not trying to go nowhere else. I wouldn't think so. I would never think of living somewhere like America or any of these European countries, man. And I've seen a few articles that, I got a couple that I want to bring up. But let's move on. Let's get some more. The statistics speak of a rise in hundreds of percentages, not 100%, hundreds of percentages all over Europe, said Pinkas Goldschmitz, the president of the Conference of European Rabbis and Orthodox Rabbinical Alliance. Why aren't you in Israel? In an interview with The Guardian in Brussels, Goldschmitz said that many Jews are trying to hide their Jewishness. One of the most asked questions to the rabbis since October 7th is if you can take off the mezuzah, a religious parchment in a case, off your door. He said, adding, this says a lot. Okay. Other precautions. Check this out. Now, this was what got me. Other precautions some people were taking, including wearing hats instead of traditional kippah in the street, and when they got into Ubers, not speaking Hebrew. Okay, so you can put on a hat and not wear the kippah, if I'm pronouncing that right. You can just put on a Boston Red Sox baseball cap, and you're just who are you turning into? Aha. Well, remember Eddie Murphy, when Eddie Murphy was playing the Jew in the barbershop on Coming to America? Aha. Who are you turning into just by being able to put on a baseball cap? Think about that. Who are you able to look like now that you wasn't able to look like before just by taking off that little flying saucer on the head, basically? You know? How are you able to, who are you transitioning into? So-called white people. Why? Because you look like them. Why? Because you are them. Look at this guy. If you seen this guy right here, and he didn't have on that little black hat on the back of his head, you know, if he were to shave, or not even having to shave, he can just look like that. He's got on a regular old, you know what I'm saying, I Love Florida t-shirt or some shit with some flip-flops on, some shorts, walking through your Walmart. This is a so-called white man. This is Esau, man. This is Esau. And let me get this real quick, because when I seen this, it really just, they tell on themselves suddenly, slightly. It's like they don't understand that, okay, that slip of the tongue, when you're saying stuff like that, what you're really doing is you're telling on yourself. Psalm 64 and verse 8. So they shall make their own tongue to fall upon themselves. All that see them shall flee away. First off, you're saying that you're Europeans. Then you're saying that you're Jewish. Then you're saying that, okay, we're hiding our Jewishness by putting on hats and doing this. That's the main one that got me, that you able to just put on a cap and not speak Hebrew when you jump into an Uber. So what, you just speak in regular old English, or you speak in Spanish, or you speak in, whatever language, But the baseball cap, that cap, you can look just like your typical fucking so-called white person at a rodeo. If this man right here was to put on a cowboy hat and some cowboy boots with some Wranglers, one of them doofy ass shirts, you would think that he's just a regular old cattle rancher, man. You know what I'm saying? In Texas or some shit. Look at all of them. And they get to talking, we say so-called white because actually they're pinkish and reddish in color. Just like the regular Edomites that's here in America. They don't look no different than the Russians. The Russians look the same way. But you'll even have Jews that's supposedly in Russia. But they all look the same. And again, it's not a skin color thing. You know what I'm saying? We have to bring that all the time. But if your lineage goes back to Abraham, Isaac, and Esau, then you're an Edomite. You're not a part of the promises of the Bible. And these are Edomites. Now, if your lineage goes back to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, then you are an Israelite. It doesn't make no difference what you look like. There are Israelites that do look like him. There are Israelites that are in Israel that look just like these people, because their lineage goes back to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, which the children of Israel were scattered throughout the four corners of the earth. And since the man carries the seed, he has, impregnated women of other nations. And a lot of the time, skin color gets lost. The look of a person gets lost over generations, if you get what I'm saying. But this guy right here, I'm telling you, he can easily, he can be your typical white guy just in America, just walking his dog in the park. He can just throw on whatever, and you won't be able to tell the difference without that little bitty hat he got on. See? And so I see this, and I'm like, well, if it's so bad, why not just go back to Israel? I'm sure you got a passport to get there. I'm sure they're not gonna hold you up. But it's because they're everywhere throughout the world, in all these places, and they're running shit. They're running shit. They all throughout the Americas. They senators, they mayors, they're doctors, they're lawyers. They're in the, they're at the top at pretty much anything that's got to do with anything lucrative. They're there. But you would think that, okay, well, we made all the money that we, whatever. Hey, it's time to go back to the Holy Land. Why aren't they there? Why are they in these dusty, dirty ass countries? Because there's no way I would be in America, man. But you know what? Them in America, I guess their difference in America is far different from ours. Because they're not living bad. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're living in high rises. They're living in their own gated communities. They have their own system going on. And actually they're immune to the laws of America and a lot of these places where they live. They're not treated like other men. That's what the scripture says too. That's Psalms 73. They're not in trouble as other men, especially not them. You go to one of these places where they have their own communities, the regular police officers of those that are of those cities, they're not just rolling off in there like they will roll off into anyone else's community. See, this is Psalm 73, and let me start at verse 3. For I was envious at the foolish when I saw the prosperity of the wicked, for there are no bands in their death, but their strength is firm. They are not in trouble as other men, neither are they plagued like other men. Therefore pride compasses them about as a chain, violence covereth them as a garment. Their eyes stand out with fatness, they have more than heart could wish. They are corrupt and speak wickedly concerning oppression. They speak loftily. They're not in trouble like other people. You know why they're not in trouble like other people? Look how quick they put together that bill for them. They even got something that's called a Shalom Act. Now, America got 911 for everybody to call. Shouldn't everybody be equal when it comes to 911? If somebody is whooping my ass, I should be able to call 911. Just like if someone was whooping their ass, they could call 911. But guess what? The response is going to be different. Why? Because they're not in trouble as other men. If they do a crime, you know what I'm saying, against me, then I should be able to call 911. If I do a crime against them, they should be able to call 911. But guess what? The results are going to be different. Why? Because they're not in trouble as other men. I'm the one that's under the curses, you know what I'm saying, of Deuteronomy chapter 28. So again, they're coming up with all, see, they coming up with all these bills, all these different laws in all these different countries. It's not just here in America. Because again, you think that they would just go to Israel if everybody is treating them so bad. They got the land. It's not like it's not enough room for them there. They're claiming that they're the smallest nation on the planet. 2% of the population. I'm sure the 2% of you can fit in Israel. But again, you know, they're in all these other nations. They're in these other continents. They're doing their thing. They're living it up. It is what it is. But anyway, you know, of course, they're going to go all off into the history. And then you go into the comments, of course. Hey, people not with it, man. I'm not going to read a lot of these comments because, you know, a lot of these comments, they are anti-Semitic. I guess majority of what I said just now, you know, with this lesson would be considered to be anti, you know, because they've come up with a bill where you can't even speak nothing on it, you know, on these people. But anyway, you know, it is what it is, man. I'm just reading an article. Don't get all, you know, your panties in a bunch. I'm reading an article, forming an opinion, free speech. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, we already know that don't matter. That shit is out the window in these days and times. But you know, it's coming to a point of everything being shut down anyway. You know, we're definitely in the last days, and the Lord is going to show the world that these are not the people. Now let's go back, because here's another article. Check this one out. This guy right here, he going in. Florida dentist in H.I.M, if I'm pronouncing that right, Imam or Imam, speaks horror with sermon calling Jews brothers of apes, begging Allah to annihilate them. Right? So, you know, he going all off into it. He's going off into his prayer. He says, I apologize to the Nazis last week because these people have been proven to be worse than the Nazis. Golly. Kablawi, I think is his name, who owns a dental practice in Florida, then bizarrely accused Israel of stealing organs and skin off people, including in Haiti. What? Never heard that one before. He says, all that because there is no God for these people. He said in the video shared Monday, adding apparently without irony, we don't spread propaganda. So he's basically like, this shit is true. So y'all taking organs and skin off Haitians? Which we know those are Israelites. Kablawi then makes his most anti-Semitic slurs in a prayer, according to the translation. O Allah, support our oppressed brothers in Palestine. O Allah, which we know the word Allah just means power in the Hebrew. Just power. Allah is not a God, man. You know, the true God of the scriptures is Yahweh, which means that he exists, or the existing one. Allah just simply means power. H.I.M just simply means power, or is plural. That's it. So they're just praying to power, I guess. It says, annihilate the tyrannical Jews. Oh, Allah, annihilate them, for they are no match for you. It says, "Oh Allah, annihilate the brothers of apes and pigs. O Allah, demonstrate upon them the wonders of your might. O Allah, disperse them and rend them asunder." Man, get out of here. And your God is not about to do nothing, cuz. You can cut it out. The footage quickly sparked outrage with calls for a criminal investigation, as well as the dentist to be barred from working on unsuspecting patients. Of course, you know they're going straight for the money. This is what they do. They pulling the Kanye West on your ass. We call it the Kanye. They gonna Kanye your ass, man. As soon as you get to talking, man. You know, a lot of these people, they don't have the ball set to actually go ahead and speak what they're speaking, because they don't want to lose what they got, because they understand, well, they will understand that these people are the ones that's in control of them finances that they holding on to. They'll snatch them bitches out of and they'll freeze your account. They're in control of these banks, man. They're in control of a lot of this financial economic system, man. So they able to shut your ass on down. It says Muslim terrorists are in. This person says, let me see. Yep, they said Muslim terrorists are in our midst, and one is practicing dentistry. Florida State Randy Fine seethed in the letter. He's seething. He's so hot. He's boiling. Okay, he sent that letter to the Florida Board of Dentistry. So what did he doing that for? Because he wants him fired. He wants his license to be taken from him. He wants his livelihood to be taken from him. And that's how Esau deals with you, because he's in control of the finances. That's why when you go into Job 9:24, this is how they handle things, man. This is how you know that they're in control and that they are the wicked. Proverbs 9:24. Oh, Salakia, I'm saying Proverbs. Job 9:24. What am I thinking? Job 9:24, Salakia. Must have been meant for me to read that scripture. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He covered the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he? The earth is given into the hand of the wicked. Now, though you may have some, what they would call regular so-called white people on the faces of the money, it's still these people that are actually in control of that money. They're in control of that money, man. They're in control of how much of it can be printed, how much of it can go here or there. They're in control of who can be sanctioned and whose bank accounts can be frozen and all this other different shit. It's the so-called white race, man. It's them. It's Edomites. They're running this place, man. You can't get around it. You can't get around it. And one of the last days prophecies is that they will be revealed. 2 Thessalonians 2:3. It says, "Let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall not come, except there come a falling away first, and that man of sin be revealed, the son of perdition." That man of sin and son of perdition, that's going off into Esau. And Esau, Edom, is the progenitor of the white race. It's them, man. It's them. It's not some red guy with spandex on, with a pitchfork with horns on his head in the bottom of the earth. The fairy tale that they've given the people. That's a fairy tale. That's not in the Bible. This man of sin, the son of perdition, this is an actual man. This is an actual race of people that are running the earth. And now that we know that we're in the last days, because they're being revealed, and that's what the scripture says, that the last days will not come. Let me get that again. It says, "Let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall not come." What day? The day of the coming of the Lord. If you go up here to the top here, verse 1, it says, "Now we beseech you, brethren, by the coming of our Lord Yahushua Mashiach, and by our gathering together unto him." So before the Lord's coming, this must happen. "Let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall not come." The day of the Lord's coming shall not come, except there come a falling away first. And that happened to the Israelites. The Israelites fell away first. "And that man of sin be revealed, the son of perdition." So now that this part of the prophecy is playing out, we know that we're just that much more closer, because he's starting to be revealed on every level. It's news on all day long, man, cutting all into this man. Cutting all into this man. Every other hour you look up, it's a new article popping up with these people just being shown to be wicked as all hell, man. Can't get around it. Verse 4 says, "Who opposeth and exalteth himself above all that is called God, or that is worshipped, so that he is God, sitteth in the temple of God, showing himself that he is God." And how did they do that? By giving you all these white images, whitewashing every damn thing, giving you white Jesus, giving you a white God. Because these people really don't believe in the Lord. They just, they use it as a source of controlling the people, controlling the resources and money. In the meanwhile, they got you thinking that they're the righteous people. In the meanwhile, they are actually the wicked. They're putting on that, you know what I'm saying, that front. You see them on TV, they fronting like, it's all, yeah, we love everybody, and, equality this, equality that, all this bullshit. But in the backdrop, they running game and just in control of every damn thing out here, man. They are in control of everything, man. These people are the reason why your goddamn groceries cost what they cost, your gas costs what it costs, your schooling, your whatever it is that you need. These people are in control of how much it's costing you. Straight up, man, you can't get around it. But let's see what else. Now, there was an interesting comment in here. I thought this was a dope comment too, right? But let's so you got you got these people calling on this man to lose his license, right? It says North Miami, where Dennis Kablawi practices, contains many Jewish residents, none of whom could be considered safe in Kablawi's dental chair, where he could personally implement what he is asking Allah to do. I call on you to immediately suspend Kablawi's license and commence a thorough investigation into his practice. The lives of some of Florida's Jews could hang in the balance. Now, this guy, he could be a so-called Jew himself. I'm not sure who he is, and he probably is, because they in all these positions of power, man. Fine cited other instances of Kablawi's antisemitism in the letter, noting that during a March 8th sermon, he said, "Oh Allah, bring annihilation upon the accursed Zionists." A month after the October 7th attack on the Jewish state, Kablawi stated in a sermon, "Oh Allah, show us the black days that you inflicted upon the Jews." The dentist repeated some of his comments while defending them as prayer and not a call for violence. So here go the guy right here, the dentist. Right? He says, suddenly, they're so offended that I'm making a prayer. This is how low it is. It was a prayer. I was asking God to deal not with the Jews, to deal with the atrocities of the tyrannical Jews. I wasn't calling for anyone to harm anybody. I was making a pure prayer against tyrannical criminals who are killing my people. To target my license that I worked hard for and kept in good standing for 20 years, it's an under the belt shot and it's unethical. But that's how they get down. That's what they do. That's what they do. These are the same people that was out there, throwing the damn aid off the trucks and burning the damn aid trucks up the other day. They were trying to get aid to the starving babies. They don't care about the starving babies, man. Anyway, but check this comment out. This was a dope comment, I thought. Now, this person right here says, I firmly believe in freedom of speech, but when that freedom threatens others, it becomes a hate crime. No medical practitioner should threaten to kill anyone. They should be bound by the Hippocratic oath. There's a difference in wanting peace and another for murder. For those who want an example, please read Mark Twain's war prayer. May God bring peace and heal the divisions of our world. Man, look, the Lord is divisive. The Lord separated the nations, man. But this is the point that I wanted to get right here. Check out what this person replies. Lindsey Graham said Israel should nuke Gaza like we did Japan, and no one was outraged. He still gets to go to work for our government and make decisions that affect people, foreign and domestic. This is hypocrisy, selective outrage. And this person agrees 100. And he did, because I done a lesson on it. He was grilling Secretary Lloyd and the other I think so-called black general, and he's basically like, yeah, they should nuke Gaza. But the stupid part about that is if they nuke Gaza, isn't Gaza like fucking a couple of miles away from Israel? That would mean that they would be nuking themselves. That shows you how stupid these motherfuckers is. And maybe I'm wrong. Oh man, cancel culture has gotten very selective these days. If I ran a business and said the same thing about Palestinians, I will 100% be canceled at this point. Yeah, man. Hey, it's a whole bunch of talk, man. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, the Lord divided the nations, though. 'Cause this person right here is a disabled army vet. Yeah, that's why your ass probably disabled. May God, he's referencing Mark Twain's war prayer. May God bring peace and heal the divisions of our world. No, the Lord is divided the nations, man. The Lord divided everything up. And we're not supposed to be all on top of each other like how we are. And see, and proof of that is these Palestinians in America basically shutting down their fucking bridges and roadways and doing all this crazy shit, talking about free Palestine in your country. Why? Because you feel as if everybody should be together. This smorgasbord of fucking all types of religions and all manner of people. Nah, man, the Lord didn't put us together like that. The Lord separated us. You're not supposed to, people are not supposed to be all stuck together like how they are in America, man. Oh, so lucky. I'm trying to think. I think it's worded divided the nations. Yeah, man, the Lord divided the nations. He didn't put us together like that, man. Are you able to deal with the other nations? Yeah, you can deal with them. But you coming all together, like, our people are in this country calling themselves Americans. You're not fucking Americans. How the fuck are you an American? Had they not kidnapped you and brought you here, you wouldn't be able to call yourself an American. So what are you really? We're Hebrew Israelites, man. Here we go, right here. Deuteronomy 32. I'm going to start at verse 7. Remember the days of old. Consider the years of many generations. Ask thy father, and he will show thee, thy elders, and they will tell thee, when the Most High divided to the nations their inheritance, when he separated the sons of Adam, he set the bounds of the people according to the number of the children of Israel. For the Lord's portion is his people. Jacob is the lot of his inheritance. So the Lord separated the people and the nations, man. And again, like I said, that's the reason why I see in America, America can go to war with a country, and you'll have millions of them same people in your continent protesting against your ass. See? And then some of the other nations are join in. Yeah, look at Palestine. Look at all these Palestinians here that's cutting down, really, they cutting off roadways, they cutting off bridges, they disrupting the colleges, they're disrupting businesses, they doing all this shit. But why aren't they in Palestine doing that shit? Because they're Americans. See? But the same thing that Lindsey Graham is talking about, what did they do to the Japanese back in the days when Pearl Harbor and all that shit went down? They threw their asses in encampments. Why? Because they felt as if the Japanese would possibly come up against them right here in their own grounds. Because you got them here. But guess what they did too? They gave them reparations. Something that they would not give you Negroes. And guess who else getting reparations? These same Jewish people on your taxpayers. You Negroes, you go to work every week and they taking taxes out of your money to send over there to these people that had nothing to do with you. So that shows you how low you are in this place and what they really think of you. So y'all better wake the hell up, man. They're literally sending your money to Ukraine. Why aren't they allowing that money to stay in your neighborhood so you can build up your own neighborhoods? They don't want to give you reparations. The least they could do is they won't even cut you a break on your taxes. At least they could do is, if they're not going to give you, just, hey, look, y'all done worked enough. Y'all built this place up. As reparations, y'all just do your thing. All the money that you make is 100% yours. They won't even cut you a break. These motherfuckers is taxing you and sending your money over to a whole nother country of people that don't like you. Ukrainians don't like you, Negroes. We can clearly see when that war started going on over there in Ukraine, they was treating them Negroes like they was shit. Like, no, you're not getting on no trains with us. You're not getting on no planes with us. Y'all gonna stay here. We getting out of here first. And all that racist shit came out. But guess what? They swept that under the rug. Then you still had niggas for Ukraine. You niggas vote and march for anybody else except for your own people, man. And that's why the Lord is going to get rid of 2/3 of you. Here you go, they taxing the shit out of your ass on a week to 2 weeks basis or monthly, depends on when you get paid. And they sending your money over here to fucking Israel. Got nothing to do with you. In the meanwhile, you got potholes all in your city, your fucking abortion centers on every damn corner. They don't want you to grow as a nation. Drugs all in your neighborhoods. Police able to just pull up on your ass, ticket your ass for some bullshit, take your vehicle, impound it. You gotta pay some taxes on that shit. Pay the first, get it out, then pay some taxes on this shit. They tax your damn check to send to them people over there, and then what they leave you with, you go to the supermarket, you go to these different places to shop, they taxing you again. They won't even cut you a break on that shit. But y'all love some so-called white people. Y'all love these people. And the Lord is going to deal with them, and he's going to deal with your ass too if you attach to him. And it's really just that very simple, you know. So I'm going to end off there, man. I just seen this, and I thought it was interesting. Because this person said it right. Lindsey Graham said Israel should nuke Gaza like we did Japan, and no one was outraged. You ain't hear no outrage from that shit. And then he went on another show and doubled down. Serious as hell about it. If this man was president, he'd have been had y'all at World War III and nuked. He needs to run for president so they can go ahead and get him on off in there so we can go ahead and get this World War III popping. You see? So, hey, things is changing. Things is turning. Things are turning. These people are not with the bullshit. But again, the very first story that I started off with, this one right here, them being able to just put on a regular baseball cap, not speak Hebrew, who do you think they're turning into? The white man. An Edomite. Exactly who they are. They're not turning, you think they put on a baseball cap and turning into a nigga? Sagging their pants a little bit? Nah, man, they got the same skin color as these people here. You know, they don't have no melanin, and they're able to blend in with all the other people that don't have melanin, which are the Edomites. When I seen that part of the lesson or the story, I'm like, well, damn. They literally are telling on themselves. They can blend in with the white. So it's amazing how you people should be upset with how they done fooled you into thinking that they're not white people like you are. You other so-called white people, y'all should be pissed. Because they getting all the fruits of the land. They should be sharing with y'all. Y'all the same people. But they done fooled you into thinking that, no, we're not the same as them. We look like them, but we ain't the same. It's like having a damn twin brother, and he like, well, yeah, we look just alike, I know. Even down to the mold on our cheek. But I don't know him. Come on, bro. Look, come on, man. Anyway, hey, I had to, just go into it, man. So, hey, I pray that the lesson was edifying. With that, Kwam Yashala.